All right, let's talk about your 20s. For so many of us, this decade feels like this frantic race to succeed, right? But what if I told you there's a completely different way to look at it? We're going to explore a mindset shift that can turn this whole time into a super powerful period of learning. Okay, you ready? Let's dive in.
So let me ask you this, and be honest. How do you really see your 20s? Is it just a mad dash to the finish line? Got to get the best job, the highest salary, the perfect life, ASAP? Or could it be something else? Something more like a training ground, a workshop, the place where you actually build the foundation for everything that comes next.
Look, the reality for most of us is that the pressure is just immense. It's on from the second you graduate, right? Society, your family, even yourself. Everyone expects results. Now. The pressure to earn that big salary, to climb the ladder, to prove to everyone that you've made it, man, it can feel absolutely crushing. And yeah, that's what leads us to this idea of the 20s pressure cooker. It's this intense feeling that you have to achieve everything and you have to do it like yesterday.
I mean, just think about it. You're scrolling through your phone, and it looks like every single person you know is just crushing it, right? Someone's getting a huge promotion, another person's buying a house, someone else just launched a crazy successful side hustle. And that constant comparison game, it creates this totally overwhelming pressure to keep up, to somehow match your real life to their perfect highlight reel.
And all that pressure, it pushes a lot of us onto what you could call the default path. The logic seems simple, right? Just get the highest starting salary you possibly can, land a job with a super prestigious title, and of course, constantly check how you're doing compared to your friends. It's a path that's totally fueled by that fear of falling behind and this need for immediate, shiny rewards. But what if that's not the only way? What if there's a better way? This is where we get to a really fundamental mindset shift. It's a choice you have to make between two very, very different priorities: earning versus learning. Okay, so this slide breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got the earning mindset. This is all about the external stuff, the flashy job title, the big salary, the name brand company. But on the other side, you've got the learning mindset. And this one is all about what's internal, the actual skills you're picking up, the mentorship you're getting, and your own personal growth. When you really boil it down, it's this simple. One mindset is all about getting that short-term validation, proving your worth right now. But the other one, that's an investment in long-term value, building a rock-solid foundation of skills that's going to pay off for decades. So this second path, the one that's all about learning, well, it has a name. We call it the apprenticeship mindset. And it's all about one simple idea: reframing your entire career as a training ground. Now let's be super clear about what this actually means. It is a conscious decision. This isn't something that just happens. It's you, on purpose, choosing to value learning over earning, especially in the beginning. It means you start to see every single job, every project, every tedious task, not just as a way to get paid, but as a chance to add a new skill to your arsenal. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, an apprentice in action, they don't run from the hard projects. They run towards them. They aren't just waiting around for their annual review. They're actively asking, hey, how can I do better? They see mistakes not as failures, but as data, pure and simple. Their whole goal is to build this amazing tool belt of skills, and they're looking for mentors who will teach them, not just managers who will give them tasks. Okay, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great and all, but starting slower feels risky. And I get that. So let's talk about the long-term payoff, because this is where it gets really interesting. This is why this approach actually gets you so much further in the long run. Just look at the difference in these two paths. The earning mindset, sure, it might get you a higher salary right out of the gate. That's that immediate win. But see how it kind of plateaus? That's because it's not built on a deep foundation of skills. Now, look at the learning mindset. Yeah, it might start a little lower, but those skills you're gathering, they start to compound, like interest in a bank account. And that leads to this incredible, steep growth over time. And we've got to be real about the timeline here. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a long game. We're talking about a decade. The really amazing benefits of this mindset, that's when they truly kick in. Think of it as a serious investment in your future self. And the rewards for playing the long game, they are huge. Seriously. By focusing on skills, you're setting yourself up for way higher earning potential down the road. You'll probably have way more career satisfaction because you're actually growing. You'll be so much more adaptable when the job market gets weird. And here's a big one. You'll feel so much less anxiety and comparisonitis because you're running your own race on your own terms. All right, so if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I'm in, this makes sense. The big question is, how do you actually do it? How do you put this into practice? Let's break it down into a simple plan. Your apprenticeship can start like right now. Okay, here are your first 3 steps. Step 1, redefine what a perfect job even is. Forget the salary and title for a second and start looking for the best learning opportunities. Step 2, identify your master skills. Seriously, ask yourself, what do I want to have in my tool belt 5 or 10 years from now? And step 3, whether you're interviewing or just looking around at your current company, find mentors. Look for people who actually want to teach, not just bosses who want to delegate. Listen, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Just reframe how you see things. Your job isn't just a job, it's your training ground. Your boss isn't just a boss, they're a potential mentor. And every single skill you pick up is another powerful tool that you get to add to your tool belt for life. At the end of the day, an apprenticeship has always been about learning a craft so that one day you can build a masterpiece. By thinking this way, you're not just building a resume. You're building real expertise, you're building capability, you're building a foundation for work that you can be truly proud of. So the only question left is, what will be your masterpiece?